She's a simple Raggedy Ann doll, a painted smile, yarn hair, but the whispers claim she's a vessel, a conduit for pure evil. Welcome to the Diabolist's Lab, a place where faith, fear, and forbidden truths collide. Tonight, we uncover the chilling truth behind the Annabelle doll. From her ordinary origins to a terrifying containment, to the rumors of her recent escape. What happens when the most malevolent entity is just a toy? Enter if you dare. Exit if you can. And don't forget, if these tales intrigue or disturb you, hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe to the Diabolist's Lab on YouTube and TikTok. Watch till the end. And if it resonates with you, consider supporting our work through the Ko-fi link below. Every contribution helps keep the lab running and the darkness illuminated. Now, let's begin. The doll's history and cinematic legacy. From the innocent shelves of a toy store to the chilling annals of paranormal history, few objects have captured the human imagination quite like the Annabelle doll. Her true form is far from the grotesque figure seen on screen. She is, in reality, a simple, unassuming Raggedy Ann doll with soft yarn hair and a painted smile. Yet it is this very ordinariness that makes her story all the more unsettling. The legend of Annabelle began in 1970, when a nursing student received the doll as a birthday gift. Soon after, she and her roommates started experiencing strange occurrences. The doll would inexplicably change positions, move from room to room, and even leave handwritten notes on parchment paper. These initial, seemingly harmless incidents quickly escalated. The doll began exhibiting malicious and frightening behavior, leading the terrified roommates to seek help from renowned paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren. The Warrens, famous for their work on cases like the Amityville Horror and The Conjuring, quickly concluded that the doll was not merely haunted by a benevolent spirit, as initially believed, but was, in fact, demonically possessed. They determined that an inhuman entity was manipulating the doll, using it as a conduit for its malevolent intentions. Recognizing the profound danger, the Warrens took possession of Annabelle, removing her from the apartment and bringing her to their private collection. Since then, Annabelle has resided in the now closed Warren Occult Museum in Monroe, Connecticut. Her containment is a testament to the fear she inspired, even in seasoned paranormal experts. She is kept behind a glass display case, prominently labeled with a stark warning. Warning, positively do not open. This case itself is not just a barrier. It's a spiritual shield, reportedly treated with blessed holy water and holy oil, with crosses carved into its wood. These extreme precautions underscore the belief in her malevolent power and the perceived need for constant spiritual protection. The museum, once open to the public, was eventually closed due to zoning violations, further limiting direct access to the infamous artifact. The true Annabelle, a benign-looking Raggedy Ann, stands in stark contrast to the terrifying, porcelain-faced doll depicted in the Conjuring universe. It was the 2013 film The Conjuring that first introduced Annabelle to a global audience, transforming her from a niche paranormal curiosity into a horror icon. The subsequent Annabelle spin-off films further cemented her terrifying image, creating a cinematic legacy that has significantly amplified public fascination and fear surrounding the real doll. This dramatic portrayal, while fictionalized, has undeniably shaped how millions perceive the true Annabelle, blurring the lines between a simple doll and a vessel of pure evil. The Devils on the Run Tour, a controlled exhibition. For years, the Annabelle doll remained largely out of public sight, securely contained within the Warren Occult Museum. Her legend grew, fueled by whispers and the terrifying cinematic portrayals, but direct encounters with the infamous artifact were rare. That is, until recently. The doll, along with other chilling artifacts from the Warrens' collection, embarked on a special, authorized event known as the Devils on the Run Tour. This traveling exhibition was designed to offer paranormal enthusiasts a rare and intimate opportunity to witness the real Annabelle. The public's reaction was immediate and intense. As news of the tour spread, so did a wave of speculation, and for many, outright panic. Social media platforms became a hotbed of rumors, with claims rapidly circulating that the Annabelle doll had disappeared or escaped during her tour stops. Users on platforms like X, formerly Twitter, expressed genuine terror with posts like, "I just saw a post on Facebook that they lost the Annabelle doll. I'm fleeing the country, goodbye." Or, "They lost the Annabelle doll," like, "The haunted Annabelle doll." The fear was palpable, fueled by the doll's notorious reputation and the dramatic narratives of her cinematic counterparts. This online frenzy was further intensified by a series of coincidental, yet unrelated, local incidents that occurred during Annabelle's presence in certain cities. For instance, during her stop in New Orleans, a devastating fire broke out at the historic Nottoway Plantation House. Simultaneously, a prison escape occurred from the Orleans Justice Center. These events, though entirely unconnected to the doll, were immediately seized upon by many as proof of Annabelle's malevolent influence. People began to believe that her visit was a bad omen, or that she was directly responsible for these local disasters, cementing her image as a harbinger of chaos and destruction. The sheer speed and reach of social media meant that these unverified connections quickly spiraled into widespread conspiracy theories, amplifying the public's terror and the belief that the doll was truly on the loose. But here is the truth, a truth that, while less sensational, is crucial for understanding the doll's actual movements. Annabelle was never missing. She did not escape. The Devils on the Run tour was a meticulously planned and highly controlled exhibition. Tony Spera, the current owner of the doll and son-in-law of Ed and Lorraine Warren, explicitly confirmed that Annabelle was never out of our control, and that extreme precautions were taken during her handling and transportation. A Catholic priest, Father Bob, even traveled with the doll the entire trip, blessing her before, during, and after each movement. This was a deliberate, ticketed event, designed to allow fans a rare glimpse of the artifact while the museum remains closed. The tour included specific scheduled stops, allowing enthusiasts to see the real Annabelle. These confirmed locations and dates include New Orleans, Louisiana, May 13th and 14th, 2025, hosted by Ghost City Tours. Lexington, Kentucky, October 17th through 19th, 2025, as part of the Scarefest weekend at the Central Bank Center. Rock Island, Illinois, October 4th, 2025, at the Rock Island Roadhouse Esoteric Expo. So, while the internet was ablaze with rumors of a demonic escape, The truth was far more mundane. Annabelle was simply on a tightly managed, pre-scheduled tour under constant supervision. A new custodian, an enduring fear. The reassuring news that Annabelle was merely on a controlled tour rather than a demonic rampage might offer a moment of calm. But for those who truly understand the world of the paranormal, a deeper, more unsettling question remains. The legendary figures who dedicated their lives to containing such malevolence, Ed and Lorraine Warren, are no longer with us. Ed Warren passed away in 2006, and Lorraine followed in 2019. Their passing leaves a void, raising critical questions about the long-term guardianship of the countless possessed artifacts they collected, and most notably, the Annabelle doll. Currently, the responsibility for Annabelle and the Warren Occult Museum falls to Tony Spera, the Warrens' son-in-law. He has consistently affirmed that Annabelle remains securely housed in her glass enclosure within the museum in Monroe, Connecticut. Spera continues to uphold the strict protocols established by Ed and Lorraine, including the regular blessings by a Catholic priest and the extreme precautions taken during any movement of the doll. However, the very nature of these objects, believed to be imbued with malevolent entities, begs a chilling consideration. Who truly understands their power now? Ed and Lorraine Warren spent decades studying, documenting, and containing these forces. Their knowledge, their experience, and their spiritual fortitude were unique. While Tony Spera is a dedicated custodian, can anyone truly replicate the profound understanding and spiritual authority that the original Warrens possessed? The museum itself, filled with objects that have fueled nightmares and cinema alike, represents a collection of concentrated darkness. The fear isn't just about Annabelle escaping her case. It's about the long game. What if the entities within these objects are simply biding their time, waiting for a moment of weakness, a lapse in vigilance, or a change in guardianship? The very idea of a demonically possessed doll implies a conscious, malevolent intelligence. Such an entity would be patient, cunning, and relentless. As the years pass, and the original investigators fade into history, the question looms: who will be the next line of defense? Who will truly comprehend the intricate spiritual battles fought within those museum walls? The artifacts remain silent and seemingly contained, but their power, if real, is timeless. The Annabelle doll, a simple Raggedy Ann, continues to be a symbol of this enduring fear, a chilling reminder that some evils, once awakened, may never truly be put to rest. And as for the future of the Warren Occult Museum and its terrifying inhabitants, only time will tell who will stand guard against the darkness that still resides within. Darkness doesn't always hide. Sometimes it invites you in. The Warrens are gone, but their collection of horrors endures. And some evils, once awakened, can never be fully contained. If this video left you questioning everything, show your support with a like and drop a comment with your theory. Subscribe to the Diabolist's Lab on YouTube and TikTok, and if our work speaks to you, consider fueling the fire through the Ko-fi link in the description. And remember, keep your eyes open and your doors locked. Evil waits for those who open the wrong one.